Hi, my name is Steff. I am 42 years old and I live in Forney, Texas, which is in the Dallas, Texas area. And I was diagnosed with bronchiectasis in 2019. So, my journey started when I was a baby. I was born very premature in the 1980s and I've had lung difficulties for my entire life. As an infant, I was diagnosed with bronchopulmonary dysplasia and had kind of a health journey with that. But then in my late 20s and early 30s, I started to have some symptoms again and get checked out. So I was diagnosed with COPD at the age of 32. And medications were not helping me. So I was barreling through medication options and decided for a second opinion and went to a clinic that is known for pulmonary folks and pulmonary diagnoses. So I went through an extensive workup in that clinic and was ultimately diagnosed with bronchopulmonary dysplasia that I'd had since I was an infant, severe to profound asthma, and bronchiectasis, which is not something that I'd known much about or that I knew I even had. Now, fast forward, my diagnoses include chronic respiratory failure, acute respiratory failure. I'm on lots of medications, but I've been at this journey for a while and I've learned so much more about bronchiectasis and what it is. So a day in the life. So my schedule does look modified because of my health journey and my medication needs. I do have to wake up before my family because we have the typical morning routine of getting up, getting lunches packed for my two kids, breakfast, all of the morning things, making sure everybody's ready. We do have pets, making sure the pets are taken care of, and getting out the door for my husband and I to go to our jobs and my children to go to their place of school. But I do have daily medications that I have, nebulizer treatments, percussion routines. And so I get up early to make sure I fulfill those needs and that I'm taking care of myself within my role of self-care and also as a mom and these other hats that I wear. So I do have to get up before most people in my family to make sure I can fit all those things in. When I go to work, I do take medical equipment with me. I take medications that I have that I might need on hand throughout the day. And I do have to take like breathing breaks, so to speak, to make sure that I'm pacing myself and not overdoing it. In terms of medical appointments, I do have phone calls I have to make sometimes and step out for during my work day. I do have medical appointments that I have to make sure I schedule, like modify my schedule in advance. And then I always have to be ready and think on my feet in case there's an emergency, which has happened. I have had situations where like I'm in a meeting and during the meeting I text my boss and say, okay, it's not going well. I think I need to go to the hospital. And so preparations are being made so that I can leave work and be absent for work if need be. So I always have to be ready in case there's an emergency to leave my job, make sure everything's set up in my absence, make sure my home life is set up in my absence. So there is a level of like scheduling, preparation, and planning that is involved with a medical journey like mine. But it's our life, it's part of our life, and it's what we're kind of used to. Join our virtual coffee break meetups to learn more and to connect with others in the community.